humongous game over in the Bundesliga as we return for 2025 as Dortmund and Bayern Leverkusen lock horns to see who can remain in the title race. What am I talking about? We'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match day number 16, that's right, over in Germany. And we'll get to it in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Bundesliga, Blackburn Rovers, World Football. We're going to all hear under one Ruski. That's right, Bayern have got a 4-point cushion over the likes of Leverkusen, who, of course, take on heavyweights Dortmund this weekend. A win for Leverkusen could keep them in the mix heading into 2025, or continuing into 2025. What else is going on the table? We'll showcase you that in a minute. Big shout out to the members, you know who you are. Big shout out to the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you're new, hit the old subscribe. Your one-stop shop is for Bundesliga is right here. What we're going to do now, though, is revisit those last games from 2024 and bring you bang up to date with the Super Brew. Alrighty then, before we take a look at the Super Brew, we're going to bring you back to date with the last round of games, which are these, that's right. And I tell you, it was a goal fest over in the Bundesliga heading out to 2024. Look at these goals all over the place, including a 5-1 win for Bayern over RB Leipzig, and with a 3-1 win, but stick a couple more on that bad boy. Stuttgart did lose to St. Pauli in a ball 1-0 win for St. Pauli. Frankfurt did lose to Mainz 3-1 on that one. My boys Mönchengladbach with a cheeky 2-1 win over Hoffenheim and needed that. Meanwhile, Bremen put 4 past Union Berlin, that one with a 2-1 win. Holstein Kiel, I say Holstein Kiel with a 5-1 win over Augsburg. Who saw that one coming? I went with a 2-0 win. Leverkusen did put 5 past Freiburg, I went with a 2-0 win. Bochum with a cheeky 2-0 win themselves over Heidenheim, and then Dortmund kept themselves in the thick of things with a big 3-1 win over Wolfsburg. Goodness gracious me. But what has that done to the table? Well, it looks a little bit like this, guys. Bayern are 4 points clear over Leverkusen, who are, of course, 5 points clear over Frankie and RB Leipzig. Going down is Bochum, is Holstein Kiel, who both won this past weekend, or last time around. Heidenheim are right in the thick of things as well, as they continue to drop a buttload of points. Meanwhile, my boys Mönchengladbach are in 8th, a win away from 3rd place. Whoa! Get in there, Mönchengladbach. But what about the Super Brew? This is it right now. Tenasai, Lisa, O'Connor and Noah. And Russell Frost. I don't know why he doesn't get the yellow bib. Maybe because of this bit here. But anyway, all of those guys got 10 points this past time. I got 6, which is a bit of a slippy thing there. Of course, if you see name, please smash that like, smash your subscribe. Noah into number 1 spot now, peaking at the right time. Shepherd dropping all the way down to number 4. I am a non-mover in 8, but it is still reasonably early. We're not at the halfway mark yet, but we're getting very, very close. So the link if you want to get involved with the Super Brew. Still lots of weeks of football ahead, and hopefully plenty of time for me and you to play catch up. But these are the next round of games, and like I said at the top, what a game we have to kick us all off this coming Friday, January the 8th. That's right, it's Dortmund, it's Leverkusen coming out of the Signal Iduna Park. That's right, and of course Dortmund still under Nuri Sarin, just 1 defeat in the last 6 for them. They are 6th in the table, 25 points for the season. This is the kind of game they need to win if he's going to stick around as coach. Meanwhile, Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, this is his 2nd season, still doing just as good, not as good as last. Of course, they were winning it by without defeat, but they're still in 2nd place and still in the title race. And they're coming at you with at least 6 wins on the bounce. They played each other 64 times since 1992. 25 wins for Dortmund, 22 wins for Leverkusen. There's been 17 draws between the two sides, including the last 2. Of course, both at Dortmund and Leverkusen both ended up all square last time around. Dortmund, though, on the back of that 3-1 win over Wolfsburg. Leverkusen on the back of that 5-1 win over Freiburg. The odds for this one, 13-8 is your Dortmund, 29-20 is your Leverkusen, 13-5 is the draw. Like I said, last 2 have been draws. Am I going that way again? No, I'm not. I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win. Xabi Alonso has got bloody, Nuri Sarin has got Xabi Alonso's underpants. That's right. I do think Alonso will make this very spicy, this league, because there are some problems at Bayern, and this game is of course, this week is going to be very, very spicy. Let's go to Hoffenheim, though, up against Wolfsburg, coming at you on the 11th of Jan. Hoffenheim under Christian Ilsner without a win in the last 6. They are in trouble. 15 for the table, 14 points for the season. Up against Wolfsburg and Ralf Hasenhüttl, back-to-back defeats for them. 11th in the table, 21 points for the season. Now they played 35 times since 2008. 10 wins Hoffenheim, 17 wins for Wolfsburg. There's been 8 draws between the two sides. The last time they played over at this very venue was a 3-1 win for Hoffenheim back in September 2023. Meanwhile, Hoffenheim on the back back of that 2-1 loss to Mönchengladbach. Wolfsburg on the back of that 3-1 home loss to Dortmund. The odds for this one, though, we're looking at Hoffenheim 13-10 for the victory, 15-8. Your Wolfsburg 13-5 is the draw. This was tough, but I think I'm backing Wolfsburg to come back into it with a 1-0 win, and of course get themselves back in the thick of things. Next up, we go Heidenheim up against Union Berlin. That's coming at you over at Heidenheim at the Volta Arena. Heidenheim, Frank Schmidt's boys right now, 60 for the table, 10 points for the season. Up against Union Berlin, they're on a right old slumper right now. 8% form for them, also winless in the last 10. 12 for the table, 17 points for the season. They played each other 15 times in 2014, 8 wins for Heidenheim, 4 wins for Union Berlin. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. The last time they played over at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Heidenheim. In fact, the last 2 at this venue have ended up with a home victory. Heidenheim, though, did lose to Bochum most recently. Union Berlin also losing to Bremen before the end of the year. The odds for this one, 21-10 is your Heidenheim, 5-4 your Union Berlin, 12-5 is the draw. I think I'm leaning possibly towards a draw, but it might be. No, I think I'm going with a home win. Yeah, 1-0 winners. Heidenheim taking it. Indeed. That's the plan in my eyes. So 1-0 winners. Heidenheim back into the thick of things. Union Berlin continue to struggle. Meanwhile, Freiburg are up in action up against Holstein. Kiel coming at you over in Freiburg. The Europa Park Stadion as a venue. Julian Schuster's boys, 42% forward for them right now. Currently 9th for the table, 24 points for the campaign. Just 1 win the last 4 up against Holstein. Kiel under Marcel Raab. Back-to-back wins for them. 17 for the table, 8 points for the season. They're coming at you. I played just 1 time, and that was back in 2018. It was a 2-1 win for Holstein Kiel, but that match was in Holstein Kiel in the DFB Pokal back in October 2018. When I say back-to-back wins, that is a little bit dubious. Of course, Holstein Kiel did beat Augsburg 5-1 before the break. They also picked up a 2-1 win over Union Berlin, which was a bit of a friendly. On the flip side, Freiburg on the back of that 5-1 stuffing by Leverkusen. The odds for this one, though, Freiburg are 5-2 on for the victory, 70-4 or is your Bochum. 10-3 is the draw here. Freiburg will win this, though. Bochum are actually 2-0 winners in the end over Holstein Kiel. Let's go, though, to Mainz. They're next up against Bochum, coming at you over at Mainz, aka the Miwar Arena. Mainz under Bo Henriksen, just 1 defeat in the last 6. The other 5 wins. They are 5th in the table, 25 points for the season. Up against Bochum under Dieter Hecking, 18th in the table, 6 points for the season. They're coming at you, 3 wins on the bounce in all competitions at all venues, possibly including a friendly. They played each other 23 times since 1993, 13 wins for Mainz, 7 wins for Bochum. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. The last time they played over at Mainz, it was a 2-0 win way back in March 2024. Coming at you, Mainz on the back of that 3-1 win over Frankfurt. Bochum did beat Heidenheim pre-New Year's break or what have you. They've had a couple of friendlies. They've also won those. So don't really look into that 3 wins on the bounce nonsense. The odds for this one, though, we're looking at Mainz, 20-11 on for the hosts here. 10-3 is your draw, 70-4 is your away win. Unfortunately, it's a really bad time to be playing Mainz because they are kicking ass and taking names. Going to go with a 3-1 victory for Mainz in this one. Let's go to, and then next it's St. Pauli up against Frankfurt. That's right, coming at you over at St. Pauli, the Militano Stadion. Alexander Blessing, St. Pauli are 14th for the table, 14 points for the season, 2 wins of the last 6. Against Frankfurt under Dino Topmuller, winners in the last 5, but they are sitting in 3rd with 27 points for the campaign. Played each other 12 times since 1995. We got 3 wins St. Pauli, 6 wins for Frankfurt, 3 draws between the two sides. The last time played at this very venue, it was a 2-1 win for Frankfurt back in the DFB Pokal back in October 2019. The last time played in the league at this venue was back in December 2011. It was a 2-0 win for St. Pauli. That was in the Bundesliga. Meanwhile, St. Pauli on the back of a 1-0 win over Stuttgart. That was pre-New Year's. Frankfurt on the back of that 3-1 loss to Mainz. Goodness gracious me. Their last victory was a 4-0 win over Heidenheim way back in the start of December. Goodness gracious me. The odds for this one, though, we are looking at St. Pauli 13-5 for the victory. Even Stevens is your Frankfurt. 5-2, though, is the draw. Going to go with a 2-1 victory for Frankfurt on this one. Then we go to Marboys. It's Mönchengladbach. It's Bayern. It wraps up Saturday, January the 11th. That's right, the Borussia Park. Gerardo Stione coming at you in 8th for the table, 24 points for the season, just 1 defeat in the last 6 up against Bayern München. Of course, Vinny Company's boys, 2 defeats in the last 6. They are top with 36 points for the season. Now, they played each other 67 times since 1992. 19 wins for Mönchengladbach, 30 wins for Bayern. There have been 18 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this very venue was a 2-1 win for Bayern back in September 2023. Bayern, though, on the back of that 5-1 win over Leipzig. Gladbach on the back of that 2-1 win over Hoffenheim most recently. The odds for this one, though, Gladbach 11-2 for the victory, 50-21 on is your Bayern, 4-1 is the draw. Going for an upset here, going to back my boys here to get at least a point. Going to go with a 2-2 thriller, which does take points off of those, and it does boost Leverkusen's chances at the tip of the top of the table. Into Sonntag we go is RB Leipzig up against Werder Bremen, coming out of the Red Bull Arena. Leipzig under Marco Rosa, 50% form for them right now, 1-3, lost 3 over the last 6, including friendlies. Fourth in the table, 27 points for the campaign up against Bremen under Oli Werner, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Played each other 18 times since 2013. We have 11 wins for Leipzig, 3 wins for Bremen, 4 draws between the two sides. The last 2 between these two sides professionally at any other venue, it was a 1-1 draw. Bremen, though, on the back of a 4-1 win over Union Berlin. Leipzig did get spanked by Bayern most recently, 5-1 before the Christmassy break. The odds here, 11-8 on is your Leipzig, 16-5 is your Bremen, 3-1 is the draw. Last 2 have ended up draws. Not for me on this one. 2-0 win Leipzig, bouncing back and in quick time. And then we're wrapping up with a trip to Augsburg on Saturday, January the 12th. The WWK Arena. Augsburg are just tore up without a win in the last 3. They are 13th for the table, 16 points for the campaign. Up against Stuttgart, Sebastian Hoeneß, back-to-back games without a win. They are 10th with 23 points for the season as well. Played each other 25 times since 2006. 10 wins, Augsburg, 12 wins, Stuttgart, 3 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-0 win for Stuttgart back in May 2024. Stuttgart are unbeaten against Augsburg over the last 5, picking up 4 wins and just that 1 draw. But Stuttgart coming into on the back of a home loss to St. Pauli. Augsburg on the back of a bit of a spanking by Holstein Kiel most recently. 13-5 is your Augsburg, 20-19 on is your Stuttgart, 13-5 is the draw. We are going with an away win here. No, we're not. Fooled you all. Even myself, going to go with a draw. That's right, point apiece. Oh yes, it felt like an away win, but maybe, it's all going to cancel each other out on Sunday night. That's right. That's my take. Of course, don't forget your own picks in as well. We look forward to seeing those. But until then, don't forget to keep your predictions coming and make sure you smash the like. But until then, we are done.